podcast opening script, Earth is Ghetto, Monday, December 29th, with your health's love. Open quote, what's good, what's grounded, and what's going on out here in these streets. Welcome back to Earth is Ghetto, the podcast where we love this planet, but also side-eye it heavy. It's Monday, December 29th, and listen, the year is packing its bags, the vibes are confused, and the world is still worlding. I'm Love, checking in with your health's love, because surviving Earth requires hydration, boundaries, and occasionally minding your business. Today, we're tapping into what actually matters: your body, your peace, your sanity, plus a little football recap, because the NFL said no rest for the emotionally invested. So, take a breath, unclench your jaw, sip something warm or strong. You're listening to Earth is Ghetto. Let's get into it.
What's up, y'all? Happy Monday. She did all right. She said a lot of stuff I didn't tell her to say, but it is what it is. Happy Monday. Hopefully you guys had a good Christmas. I cooked a lot of desserts, played games, watched kids open gifts, have family over. Yeah, it was a lot, but it was cool. I'm glad it's over. It's draining. Like, hosting is draining, but I got it done. Other than that, y'all, I didn't do too much. Went to the gym. One day I got to walk around in my underwear for a little bit. It was nice. Walking around in your underwear is just kind of just freeing. I don't know why, but that was cool. I made banana pudding. I made pies. I made a cake. I had I just went baked crazy. But other than that, that's it. My sister was texting about how she won third place for fantasy football. So if y'all see that popping up, that's her. But let's get into the games. The Patriots beat the Jets 42-10. The Browns beat the Steelers 13-6. The Bengals beat the Cardinals 37-14. The Saints beat the Titans 37-26. The Jaguars beat the Colts 23-17, and the Seahawks beat the Panthers 27-10. There's a lot of news because it was a long weekend, so I have a lot to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about. Let's see. Kentucky earthquake reports a shaking across the state. There was an earthquake. A whopping $400,000 shipment of lobster was stolen as it was headed to Costco. Emergency crews are responding to the scene after 2 helicopters crashed in midair in New Jersey. Florida man snaps after losing $3,800 gambling, then robs a store and smashes the gaming machine with a hammer. He was not happy, clearly. I hope he didn't come in there without all this mask and stuff on. But I was watching Florida Man this weekend on Max. This is some crazy thing. He took the clerk. He was not happy. Them little gambling machines it sends big trouble around. But hopefully they catch him, I guess. There was a mass pew-pewing in Chicago this weekend. 1 unalive, 3 critically wounded. The father of a teenage girl who deputies say was kidnapped on Christmas Day found her using his phone's parental controls. Yeah, he found his daughter. Supposedly Taylor Swift is pregnant. Okay, this is false, they said. Okay, because I was like, hold up. This guy went viral for having a gaming monitor and a headset set up in the delivery room. Funny. I'm assuming his baby mama didn't care. Doja Cat went viral for swallowing a microphone during a concert. Doja Cat has been crazy for a long time. I think since she first started in that cow outfit, but she has fans. Police say they confiscated 55 pounds of suspected meth wrapped in Christmas paper Monday during a narcotics investigation in Kentucky. Is that what caused the earthquake? Emergency crews in California released a video revealing vehicles engulfed in mud and debris after the mudslides in San Bernardino. Man, the mudslides gotta be the worst, man. Gotta be. How a bigger looking butt could be a sneaky sign of autism and ADHD. Luckily, my butt is not big. Some Florida homebuyers are using AI to buy homes without agents. Let me find out that I don't have to use a real estate agent. I'll use AI to buy a house, for real. A man was arrested after stabbing 8 people and injuring 7 others with what was believed to be bleach at a rubber factory in central Japan. Chevy Chase was put in a coma for 8 days after suffering heart failure and basically came back from the dead, his daughter reveals. Christmas crash. A dramatic video in Texas shows a car slamming into an 18-wheeler after officers tried to get a sleepy driver's attention. Dang. A 6-year-old autistic boy was rescued by sheriffs after he fell in a pond in Deltona, Florida late on Christmas night. The child, named Coco, was chest deep in deep water when the officers arrived. He is lucky a gator did not get him. Powerball ticket was purchased just outside of Little Rock and they won that $1.817 billion jackpot. 2 people were pew-pewed inside of a Shoshone County Sheriff's Office in Wallace, Idaho. A 3rd person may still be inside. Louisiana business owner gives his workers $240 million in bonuses after selling his company for $1.7 billion, over $440,000 per employee. Shoot. New York City teachers discovered teens can't read clocks after the cell phone ban. Massive winter storm hammered Sierra Nevada and California. House Republicans are now moving to expel Ilhan Omar from Congress. Kids are going viral after getting drivable trucks as Christmas gifts. I just don't want them in the real street with them, for real. The Ghanaian prophet who built 8 arks now claims God postponed the flood after using donations to buy an exotic Mercedes-Benz. An Oklahoma man who was doing target practice in his backyard on Christmas is believed to have shot and unalived an elderly woman a few blocks from his home. Social media platforms with infinite scrolling, autoplay, and algorithm feeds will be required to display warning labels about their potential harm. Tyler Perry is facing another lawsuit, and this one is getting ugly. A second accuser has come forward claiming assault and says hush money was used to keep him quiet for years. Tyler. A Florida man fatally unalived his wife, critically wounded his stepdaughter, and then unalived himself after the parents argued over changing the channel for Monday Night Football. U.S. strikes ISIS targets in Nigeria, Trump says. Hyundai Motor is recalling 51,000 vehicles in the U.S. because of short circuit and the non-functioning trailer lights caused by incorrect installation of the wiring harness. Could cause a fire. Nissan is also recalling more than 60,000 Nissan Infiniti SUVs after software glitch was found to affect the rearview camera displays. The Grammys are honoring Chaka Khan and Whitney Houston with Lifetime Achievement Awards. Too bad they couldn't do this when Whitney was alive. So this is supposedly Michael Jackson's son Prince shaking it up, honey. He said, y'all be thinking I'm not related to my daddy. And no, it's not AI. Prince is taking it, honey. Let's see. Simone Biles is at Levi's Stadium to photograph the Bears and 49ers game. The Bears lost today. She might have jinxed him with that photograph. Eric Benet says we keep inviting you out to the cookout, but where's our invitation to the boardroom? Future says he's manifesting real love and prosperity. Future, real love, seriously, right now? Karrueche was hugged up with Deion all weekend. That relationship, the jury's out on it. I feel like Deion's reaping the most benefits from that relationship, for real. Other than that, y'all, Tyrese said he spent nearly $1 million on divorce fees. I mean, Tyrese, you got married. That's like me complaining about my divorce. I'm the one that did it. They're saying chemicals found in common household items may increase risk of multiple sclerosis. So with that, I guess the cookware and everyday products like that. Other than that, y'all, besides it being Christmas and news about that, that's it. So let's hop into my story time. I got plenty of them.
That lady that's getting harassed by her ex.
Okay, let me do this one first. Because, yeah, some lady in the wheel was getting harassed.
Hey, you can't do this.
Wait, brother. She was getting harassed by this man in this wheelchair. So let me play her thing first. Because there was a lot going on with that. Unless she took it down. And she might have took it down. So this lady was going through it with this man in a wheelchair. He was like breaking up her stuff, doing all this stuff, and this is this girl's reaction video to it.
That lady that's getting harassed by her ex that's in a wheelchair, call me so I can show you how it's done. I would have took a motherfucking broomstick, locked them motherfucking wheels, kicked that bitch down in that motherfucking chair, put a bag over his head, tied his motherfucking hands down to the motherfucking wheelchair. I'm talking about macing that bitch all in the bag. Yeah, bitch, get into it. Girl, call me. I don't know if you got some steps, but his ass will be tumbling. Do you hear me? No double homicide, double motherfucking disabled. Double disabled. I would have been in that bitch fucking him up. Call me. I'm telling you. I would have put his ass in that motherfucking shower or some Charles shit. I swear to God, and been plunging his motherfucking face with the plunger after I shit it. And plunged the toilet. Are you okay? Girl, I don't think you okay. I would have been whipping his ass with a Christmas tree. She need to call me. Throwing a motherfucking cat on him.
Double disabled. She's like, so here, let me see.
Y'all, this is one of those stories that makes you stop scrolling and just sit there like, nah, this can't be real.
That lady that's getting harassed.
No, I do got it. It's this video right here. I couldn't remember because it was somebody's legs.
It's fun to stay at the
Now she was helping him recover and he was becoming a menace. But no, yeah. But I seen an ID channel where this lady got took out by her wheelchair husband. Like, he took her life. Because I don't know if people don't think people in a wheelchair cannot be dangerous. But clearly, like, they can be. Y'all got to keep y'all head on a swivel. Don't be downplaying a person. Because they be tripping. But she has some tips and tricks for her.
That lady I'm a mad motherfucker right now. So I got a phone call, got to get rid of my dogs, my 2 dogs that's in their motherfucking cage because all of the rest of these cocksuckers in this motherfucking trailer park has motherfucking dogs that's off the fucking chain, out of their yard. Look, my dogs are where? 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 My dogs are in the fucking chain, but all these other cops, what it is, we're the only Caucasians, and I'm not prejudiced. I don't give a fuck if people think I am. Fuck them. But we're the only fucking white motherfuckers in this goddamn trailer park. They want to call and say, we got to get rid of our dogs. These other motherfuckers, where their dogs are not on chains, don't have to. Like, make that fucking make sense to me. Goddamn Pillsbury Doe stood up the motherfucking hill talking about she drove all the way down here. She had to drive back because the dogs. It wasn't my goddamn dogs.
Pillsbury Doe stud.
Hey, if you can't do this, don't talk to me. What you got?
I don't know what he put on that hat.
Huh? So what's your 2026 goals?
My 2026 goal,
Yes.
to mind my own business, live my life, and not let nobody steal my fucking joy.
Oh, a good word.
Just when I thought my day couldn't get worse, I opened the door and remembered. These eggs been cooking for an hour. Y'all, the water is gone. My Uber comes in 10 minutes.
The way she held on to that phone after that ex, but I would drop the phone. Y'all got talent.
I'm about to go in the kitchen and make stop. Boy, can I make my video? Stop. You always want to be in the fucking camera. Here, get in there. Damn, are you happy now? Go ahead. Stop. I love you too. I love you too, man. Stop. You about to start. Stop it. Stop it.
He did all that just to miss.
Sticky. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I don't know what restaurant this is.
Oh my God. You alright?
They don't need to go skiing. And somebody said, what happened to the snow? So apparently Europeans' bottle caps don't come off like so. And but people like, I've never lost a bottle cap, but they're lost without their bottle caps not being connected in Europe, I guess.
Camera in Brownsville Walmart. If you have any information on the suspect, call 911. Breaking news. Stealing on camera. Suspect caught stealing on camera in Brownsville Walmart. If you have any information on the suspect, text to her location. Breaking news. Suspect caught stealing on camera in Brownsville Walmart. If you have any information on the suspect, tips to her location. Breaking news. Suspect caught stealing on camera in Brownsville.
They told me you was in there doing something. I ain't believe.
Information on the suspect, call 911. Tips to her location. Breaking news.
They said $500 reward.
If you have any information on the suspect, call 911. Tips to her location. Breaking news. Suspect caught stealing on camera in Brownsville Walmart. If you have any information on the suspect.
How she know what she wore that day?
I gotta record this, bro. This shit got me hot, gang.
stupid ass dog gonna ate my fucking sandwich, gang. From Buffalo East, I ain't even get a bite, you fat bitch. I gotta record.
Kind of genius.
Get ready with me while I tell you about my ex who was a serial killer. To preface, I'm 18 years old. We met when I was 17 and she was a 50-year-old police officer. We met online on TikTok when she found my account and followed me and started liking and commenting on all of my TikToks. I didn't think anything of it until she started heavily flirting with me in my comment section, and so I ended up going to look on her account and saw that she was a police officer. It went a while until we ended up actually interacting with each other when she DM'd me one day and did the little waving thing, and we talked for a little while over in our TikTok DMs. And long story short, we talked for a couple of days before I ended up giving her my number, and we started texting and calling from there. She seemed pretty normal for a 50-year-old, but granted, she shouldn't have been talking to me at the time. I told her I was 18 at first before telling her a couple days later that I was actually 17, and she wasn't fazed. She continued talking to me, and our relationship kind of kick-started there. It went very, very fast. It was almost immediate that she had kind of put her claim down on me for the most part. She would always talk about wanting to come see me, and she lived in Miami and I live in Atlanta, so we were talking long distance. She would always talk about how she wanted to see me, how she wanted to come up, how she was so excited to have met me, and she was already falling in love with me because I was so smart and so beautiful and all the groomy things. And I'm pretty smart, so I knew what was going on, but I was just entertaining it for, I guess, my own enjoyment. But it started to intensify really, really, really fast. And she would say things that were randomly really possessive and kind of creepy. And I should have blocked her then, but I didn't. And we started calling maybe 2 weeks after she got my number, and we would call during the night and just kind of talk about everything. And then there was one night where we were talking about work, her job, and I had asked her, I was have you ever killed anyone on duty, or ever had to do that on duty, or had to shoot someone? And she said, on duty or off duty? And I said, both. Weird fucking question. Why would you have killed someone off duty? And she started telling me about it. She told me that she had killed someone the very first time when she was 15 years old because she was in a gang. She had been in a gang since she was 13. And then the next couple of ones were when she was 18, 20, 21, just as she got older, she just continued. At this point, I definitely should have left, but I'm a curious person, and if someone is admitting to having murdered people, I want to know more. And she wasn't in my state, wasn't in my city, and I was if this goes left, I can just block her and be done with it. Pause, look how cute my shirt is. It's backless. So after this, she ended up telling me a lot more, really descriptive details about how the Everglades, because it's sacred property or something, that they go and dump bodies in the Everglades and let all the animals eat the bodies. And she would also tell me about her torture methods and how she would have to do what she called grab and smash, or smash and grab or something, where she would pick someone up off the street and beat the shit out of them and drop them off somewhere. She would have to do pickups and drop-offs for her gang, where she would go and pick people up and then deliver them to the gang for them to do whatever they needed to do to that person. To this day, I'm not really sure why she was telling me all of these things and trusting me with it, considering that we had only talked for 2 weeks. And I was a 17-year-old girl that definitely would have squealed. But silly old me, of course I didn't, because I didn't really have any information on her, and I didn't know what to do with that information that I had found out, so I just kept talking to her. After that, she started making more direct threats towards me, being I really want you to be mine, if you don't, I don't know what I'll do. And I was taking that as a sign of if I don't engage in this relationship with you, you're going to do something to me. So I continued talking to her, and 2 weeks later, after she told me, she came to my city to meet up with me. And I was petrified, but I and days and was being really aggressive towards me if I didn't. So she flew up and stayed at a hotel, and I met up with her. And inevitably we did what people do in relationships. After that time in the hotel, she basically declared that I was her girlfriend and that I wasn't going to go anywhere, or else she would do terrible things to me and my family. And later on throughout our relationship lasted about like maybe 10 months. She started to, So after that, she started coming up to see me more. So she would come up to Atlanta maybe like twice a month. And she would stay for a weekend or a couple of days, and we would see each other during that. During a couple of those stays, she had pulled a knife on me, pulled a gun on me, but also promised that she would never do anything to hurt me, promised that I was her number one, her only one, her soulmate, her all of the things. And I felt pretty stuck. I didn't really know what to do. I felt like if I left, that would be like her breaking point. And later I found out that it was her breaking point, because once I had talked about what she would do if we broke up, she was like, oh, I will literally drive this knife through your whatever, and like you're done, like you don't get to leave me. After a while, she gifted me a necklace that was a chain with a cross on it that she told me if I ever took off that she would kill me. And she would send me all sorts of gifts and presents and money, and also a lot of drugs. I started cocaine because of her. She would send me cocaine in the mail, and she would send it to me, peer pressure me into doing it. She would give me all sorts of things to try, and she was a really heavy addict and a really heavy drinker. She did heroin, cocaine, she drank constantly, so she was always in an aggressive mood. About 6 months in, she told me that she wanted to marry me. Mind you, she was already married to another woman and had 4 kids of her own, 2 of which were under the age of 5. But she told me that she was going to divorce her wife and that we were going to have kids together, and that on my 18th birthday I was going to go to Miami to live with her and get married. Somewhere in between this, she started to grow a lot of resentment from my mom, because my mom was obviously keeping me from like being with her full time, being with her a lot, talking to her all the time. So she told me about how she planned to kill my mom, and what she was gonna do, how she was gonna plan it, how she was gonna like break into the house and like all sorts of things. And by that point, she knew where I lived, she knew all of my family's information, and I was super worried. The only problem here is that I had no evidence. Everything she said to me, she said over call. We didn't text. There was barely any like communication or threats that were in our like messages, so everything that she said was just over the phone. Sometime in January, I know that she had killed someone, because she told me that she had to go on a job and came back late at night, had to wash all the blood off of her body and whatever, and just I knew about that one, and that was the most recent one, I believe, and the most, I don't think that there's been anyone else since then. Fast forward to my 18th birthday, she bought me a car, she bought me a ring, she was pretty much ready to go, and I had my flight booked by her, and I got to the airport, made it to the airport, and I was about to get on the flight when my mom found out everything and came to stop me. But before that, I had already put in my phone a statement saying my name, my age, my location, and her name, her age, her location, where she worked, and I clipped every single piece of evidence that I had, all of our sex tapes, everything into a big folder, and I left it where my mom could find it. So my mom came to the airport and called the police and told them that I needed to have a 1013 filed so that I could be involuntarily held in the psychiatric hospital for 3 days just to protect me. And then while I was in the psychiatric hospital, my mom contacted the FBI, and the FBI started an investigation and arrested her on a complaint made by my mom. And so she's currently sitting in federal prison awaiting her trial. She hasn't pled guilty or not guilty yet, because they're still investigating the murders on top of everything else that like opened Pandora's box because of her arrest. Her name was Carly Miranda Blum. She lived in Miami, Florida. She worked for the Miami-Dade Police Department, and her life is over, and I am free.
Don't get in another relationship, please.
A Miami-Dade Sheriff's deputy is off the job and under arrest, accused of having an inappropriate relationship with a 17-year-old. Investigators say that
51, that lady look old as heck.
1-year-old
Get ready with... Yo, I am not a stud.
I swear to God, I'm not a stud. You feel me? I just keep my hair done. I got my nails and my toes done, Cole.
They was like, somebody do the stud finder. Somebody said it's okay to be yourself, young man. If you're not a stud, then why you shaped like a stud? Not yet.
Sweet baby Jesus. The dog has been tripping shit. Oh my God, I think...
it twitched. Oh,
It's alive! It's playing dead! There's a possum in my kitchen drawer and I don't even fucking know how it got here! Sweet baby Jesus.
They said she sound like Peggy from King of the Hill. Or Luann from King of the Hill.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, save £400 as a family of 4 with my Jet2.
Her grandma was like,
I was a gullible kid, man. I remember one year, man, my dad was broke. He came in the house huffing and puffing like, man, Santa Claus just got killed. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, they got him. And I was like, no, that's some bullshit. I'm sick of this city. It's the crime in this mother. These have no limits. Then I went to school and found out everybody else got gifts. And I came back thinking I had my dad cornered. Like, Dad, what the people at school got their gifts. He was like, yeah, he hit a couple houses before they killed him. I was like, damn! It's just our hood. What the
And another thing, bring back friendships where you could just go to each other's house sometime and sit on a couch and watch a show. Order some food and drink some wine or make some cocktails. Like, every time we hang out, we don't have to go out and spend $200. Like, I think females underestimate coming over to do nothing. Like, I think we forgot how valuable that is. Normalize coming to our house, sitting on the couch, starting a show and doing nothing and yapping and having the time of your life. Like, every time you hang out, it does not have to be a thing. It can be nothing, but it's a thing because you're with your friend. Like, come on.
For sure.
So my wife's been cheating on me for the past couple of months. And we've been trying to work through it and, going to therapy, doing the whole 9, but it just hasn't been working. It's clear as day that it's just not working out. She's still just doing shady stuff. I found out the other day that her Tinder account is still active and she is actively using it. I even checked her phone and saw messages between her and guys and her planning to meet up with guys. But whatever, long story short, I told her that we were going to go to my mom's tonight. We were going to drive down south to surprise my mom for the holidays. And told her to pack her stuff and, we'll head out a little later tonight. But little does she know that I am not going to be along for the ride. You see, it's just her stuff packed, not mine. So she's going to be on her way out of here and spending the holidays and more than likely forever somewhere that is not here. So she's about to be out here any minute. She'll see that the car's not loaded up. See how this goes.
Merry Christmas. All right, y'all. That is the show. Inspirations on the way. Y'all stay blessed. I'll be back tomorrow.
Turning up in the club, you twerking, you not worried about nobody else, but then you can't spend time in the prayer closet so God can change you. What are you going hard for in the kingdom? What are you going hard for in the kingdom? It didn't matter that you had to work at 8 in the morning. It didn't matter you still went to the club. It didn't matter if you had a car. It didn't matter you still made sure you got there. But when it comes to the things of God, see, it's the attachments that are messing us up. The contradiction, once again, of mixture. I have a few to share with you on the night. It is a contradiction for us. You will willingly reject a man who lives with his mama, but you'll accept a man who lives with his wife. Attachment, confusion, contradiction of mixture. So your daddy hurt you, and you know how that felt, but you're gonna go around and sleep with all these different women, impregnate them, and leave them with the child, and you're gonna pass on the same pain that your father left you? Contradiction. The contradiction of mixture. We're confused by our attachments. Or what about you keep complaining about what you assigned to heal? Husband, what if I told you it is your job to make sure that your wife forgets her heart was ever broken? I'm not saying that you're a miracle worker, because she must be a participant in her own becoming process. But I am saying, due to your presence, it should expedite the healing. Because you recognize, since she's attached to me, healing should hit her life. And this is a big one. How you gonna major in church but then minor in life? You know what that looks like? So you know scriptures and you can speak in tongues, but you can't manage a budget. It's getting hot. I've been hot, but I just feel it for you. Many times what we haven't recognized is God wants us to experience maturity, because that maturity is tied to that supernatural strength. Sometimes it's what we're attached to. See, I remember I was speaking about this in the Try Me series, right? There was a time I was going to the airport, and I hate when they would select me. I'm thinking, you got all these people, why you select me? Why you select me? They select me and they said, is this your bag, Mr. Flowers? And I said, yeah, it's my bag. And they said, okay, well, let's see what you got in here. What are you about to go do? And I said, well, I'm about to go minister, and I'm kind of in rush. They don't care. They're like, let's see what you got here in the bag. All right. This is why I selected your bag. You got this hairspray in here. You gotta throw this away. And I'm like, bruh, listen, man, I don't want my hair looking like taco meat. You know what I'm saying? I need this. I'm going straight from the airport to the church. And they said, okay, well, if you want to keep this bag, you can recheck this bag for a small fee of $25. So I wasn't the best in math. I hated statistics, and I definitely could not stand calculus. But in that moment, I started to do some mathematics. Okay, $5 bottle of hairspray, $25 to keep it. $5 bottle of hairspray, $25 to keep it. What are you paying for to keep? What are you paying for with your sleep? What are you paying for with your joy? What are you paying for with your confidence? What are you paying for with your esteem? Because you want to hold on to something that's value is $5. What are you paying for to keep? And then the second question to that is, are you paying more than its value to keep it? And I began to think in that moment that TSA person was preaching to me. There's so many things in our life that we're paying for to keep, that if we were just to let it go, we would experience another level of freedom. We would experience another level of joy. We would experience health in our soul. Maybe the best form of soul care for you is to release that thing God has been telling you to let go of for years. You know exactly what that thing is. Nobody else knows, but God knows. Every single time you participate with them or with it, you got this tension in your soul because God told you, you can't fly with this. You can't go to the next level with this. And so here I am having a conversation with this TSA agent. People are going in front of me. You ever feel like people are getting to the next level before you? You ever feel like people are getting promoted before you? You ever feel like people's ministry is taken up before you? They're doing things before you? Could it be because you're spending so much time arguing with God's spiritual TSA that you're holding up your own journey? It's not that God is not ready to take you to another level. It's that you keep on having a conversation about God, to God, about something you want to keep. And he says, listen, what is in the carry-on of your soul that is hazardous material for your flight? And God said, listen, I love you too much, and I love my people too much to let you fly with that. So you can either recheck this and you're gonna pay to keep this, or you can stay right here in this line and keep on complaining about how much you don't like it, but you're still not flying with that. You're still not flying with that petty. You're still not flying with that bitterness in your heart. God is saying, I want you to mature. You praying and you crying every night about God, heal me in my soul. God, heal me in my soul. God, heal me in my soul. Sometimes it's a simple instruction. Delete the contact. I feel like it's getting so quiet. Sometimes God will even go even deeper on you. Delete the contact and get a new phone, because it's going to be harder. It's going to be easier for you to be free when some things no longer can reach you.
Flu season is officially here. At the first sign of coughs or congestion, sore throats.
Maybe you need to separate yourself so much so to your past can't even reach you. You think you cool because your past is blocked and leaving it to voicemail. How about have it to where you can't even contact me anymore? And it doesn't have to be a person, it could be a weakness. Because like I stated on Sunday, the enemy will always make sure that there's a time in your life when weakness meets opportunity. Sometimes your freedom is by deleting the contact. Sometimes your freedom is by getting an accountability partner so they can know what websites you're surfing at night. Sometimes your freedom is throwing away the vibrator and asking God to purify my heart so that I don't just have this to give me pleasure, but I want to have pleasure in you. What if God wants us to have so much pleasure in him that brings us joy? There's a spiritual, supernatural power that you have, a strength that you have, that you'll never know what it is until you mature. Until you mature. We have to heal. We have to heal. So this commandment in Mark chapter 12, verse 30, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength. I have to heal so I can give God all of my heart. I don't come to him fixed. I come to him broken so that you can fix my broken areas. But I have to understand, I have to come to him and say, God, I'm broken. God, I don't know how to get over this. I don't know how to heal from this. And I can't love you with my whole heart if you don't heal me from this pain. I'm going to go a little deeper on you. Some of us, you're trying to heal to prove other people wrong. I am a good woman. You're going to see how good of a woman I am. Yeah, somebody else married me. This is why I'm doing this. My daddy said I ain't never going to be nothing. Well, I'm being something now. I got my PhD. I got more degrees than a thermostat. I am successful. And here's the thing. When you keep on trying to heal for them, you keep them center stage in your heart. You keep them center stage in your heart. You decenter them by your calling. You heal because people need for you to be healed so that you can minister to them about how you got out of your brokenness. I'm not just speaking from some place I haven't been to. I'm speaking from experience. Jerry had to heal. I've experienced betrayal and heartache and people, bad-mouthing me. And I'm like, God, I don't want to preach no more. What's the point? I don't want to do this anymore. You don't never allow somebody else to stop you from obeying me. I called you to do this. And I got so much wisdom. I was studying this and I shared this with my wife. I said, I never saw this about Jesus. We spoke about Jesus' relational management. Spoke to thousands, sent out 72, selected 12, but was vulnerable with 3. We get hurt when we treat the 1,000 like the 3. We spoke about that. But something I never saw, I never noticed the people who Jesus picked. Jesus picked Peter, right? Peter had a fishing business. Peter was like his own entrepreneur. He was his own boss. You gonna mess around and pick Matthew, a tax collector? Dude know how to handle money. I'm thinking like, it was so smart for Jesus to pick Peter. We got a boat. I got to go around the whole world and tell them about the kingdom. Peter, you got a boat? Let me step in your boat. Push back from shore. Now follow me. I'm going to make you fishers of men. I noticed Jesus chose people.
Apple cider vinegar for toenail fungus?
Wrong.
What about Listerine?
Nope.
Vicks